Good afternoon. Did you know that the average person creates 4.4 pounds of trash per day? That is 1,600 pounds of waste per person in a year. And in 2006, the EPA's data shows that Americans generated 251 million tons of trash. We all know the trash companies collect our trash or we take it to a site. But what ultimately happens to our trash? According to the EPA, about 32.5% of the trash is recycled or composted, 12.5% is burned, and 55% is buried in landfills. But the 55% that is buried in landfills is more complicated than it sounds. Okay, so you may be thinking that it's okay for you to take your trash to the landfill, but have you ever stopped and really thought about a landfill? According to Michigan Environmental Educational Curriculum, it takes lots of planning, testing, and up to 5 years before a landfill is ready for use. Not only does it require testing and time, but a single landfill costs between $2 and $4 million. Okay, so you go through the testing, the planning, and the paying for the landfill. Now you need employees, and imagine the cost for the trucks and the fuel needed to transport these tons of trash to the landfill. You also have the issue of space. Landfills are not open-ended in terms of holding trash. Elizabeth Roit summed it up best in that if your trash goes to a landfill, it will end up sealed in the ground. It won't decompose much, if at all, because air and water can't get in. Most landfills are more like mummifiers than composters. The trash that we send to the landfill is buried and left to decompose, which can take hundreds of years. Information received from Michigan Environmental Educational Curriculum shows that in a laboratory, newspapers degrade very quickly, sometimes within a day. Dr. Rothje found that newspapers degrade differently in a laboratory as opposed to a landfill. His research team dug up a 37-year-old newspaper that could still be read perfectly. They also found other paper and organic food waste present in the landfills. He found other newspapers, grass clippings that were still green, hot dogs that looked good enough to eat, and in one case, an ear of corn, husk and all, mixed in with material dated from 1971. What does all this mean? Recycling paper and food waste rather than sending these to landfills can save significant time and space. That way you can keep using the same landfill for a much longer period of time. When possible, recycle waste rather than throwing it in the trash. Recycling is a way of transforming a used item into something useful again. Composting is a special kind of recycling, specifically for yard and kitchen waste. Composting can save money and also the energy used to take trash to the landfill, while at the same time creating great soil. The EPA defines recycling as the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and turning them into new products. Recycling can benefit your community and the environment. So, why should we recycle? The benefits of recycling outline the following reasons why recycling is important. Recycling has a lot of benefits that can help people and save the environment. Recycling saves the earth. By recycling paper, we are lessening the number of trees that we are cutting down. Recycling saves energy. It takes less energy to process recycled materials than to process virgin materials. Aluminum cans, for example, contain about 41% recycled aluminum. It takes 95% less energy to make a can recycled from aluminum than from a virgin bauxite ore. And recycling one aluminum can saves enough energy to run a TV for 3 hours. Recycling helps mitigate global warming and reduce pollution. By saving energy in industrial production through recycling, the greenhouse gas emissions from factories and industrial plants are lessened, and The use of fuels that emit harmful gases during production is also minimized. Recycling non-biodegradable waste rather than burning it will contribute a lot in helping reduce air pollution and greenhouse gases that deplete the ozone layer. Recycling reduces waste products in landfills. Landfills are mostly composed of non-biodegradable waste, which takes a long time to decompose. By recycling, we can lessen the waste materials that are placed into landfills, and we are able to make the most out of these materials. If we don't recycle, more and more garbage will go to landfills until they get all filled up. If that happens, where will the rubbish go? How would you like a landfill in your backyard? Recycling helps save you money. You can sell your recyclable materials to organizations that are willing to buy them. Using products that are recycled lessens expenses. Products that are made from recycled materials are less expensive than products made from fresh materials. According to the EPA, recycling provides an annual benefit of 49.7 million metric tons of carbon equivalent emissions reduced, which is comparable to removing 39.4 million passenger cars from the road each year. Please begin recycling today. Buy an extra trash can to keep in your kitchen. Place recyclables in one container and garbage in the other container. Contact your local sanitation department and see if they will provide you with an outside recycling trash can. If you have curbside pickup, you can simply push both trash cans out and they will pick your items up and take them for recycling. Or if you take your trash to a site, see if they have an area for recyclables. Some areas provide for commingling of recyclables, which makes your job of recycling even easier. My city forced us to recycle by refusing to pick up our regular garbage, which we pay a monthly fee for pickup, but they failed to pick up our regular garbage if we failed to push out our recycling trash can at the same time. I speak from experience when I promise you this is an easy task and one that you will begin doing automatically in no time at all. Remember, garbage does not simply disappear once it leaves our homes. It all ends up somewhere and has an impact on every single person in some way. Begin helping your community and the environment today by recycling. Thank you.